up, Mayfield Fish Fam? And today we're gonna review all of the baits and how to use them. Let's get started.
All right, guys. So first, Landon is gonna start off with the bait.
So this is a little topwater popper. This has a little indention in it. So you pop it, it makes a lot of bubbles, and it attracts fish.
Next up, we got a jerk bait, guys. The infamous jerk bait. So what you're gonna want to do this is you're just gonna want to reel it, and you're gonna want to kind of like give it like a little pop, like at the flick of the like a flick of the wrist, like this, kind of, which gives it a little more action than just reeling it in and it going like this.
Okay, now we have a jitterbug. What this does on the top of the water, it does this. And how you do that, you kind of work it like a frog. You like that, and it goes like this.
Guys, next up we have a buzz bait. These buzz baits annoy fish so much, guys. That's why they're good, because like you see, this is a booyah buzz bait actually, and it's called the Squeacher. I don't know how to Squelcher. Sorry. And so it like this bait. You see this bait blade here? So you're just gonna reel it on top of the water, and it's gonna turn. The blade's gonna be turning it up, chopping the water, making the fish really annoyed. And finally, when you annoy the fish so much, they don't want it in their area or their territory, they're just gonna come up and bite it, and it's gonna be done.
Okay, next up we have a deep diving crankbait. What's this gonna do? This one does not say how deep it goes. My guess is probably 15 to 20 feet. So you're gonna put this at 15 to 25 feet, and it's gonna go right into the fish's mouth. It's gonna be perfect.
And if you guys want to know a good fact about deep diving crankbaits, is that the faster you reel, the deeper it goes. So you could have a crankbait that goes 2 feet underwater. If you reel it fast, it goes farther, farther. It doesn't like go like this. It doesn't just stay at 2 feet. It goes, and it rattles all the way down to the bottom. All right, guys. Next up, we have a jig. So, you guys can't see the color combination of these jigs, but this jig is a really good color. Actually, can I take this out of the package?
Yes.
So I'm gonna take this out of the package. This is the first. I got it. I'll just rip the package. This is the first unboxing of this little jig, and it is actually a very nice jig. I think it was like, what did it say, $5?
$3 to $5, I think.
It was $3 to $5, guys. And so it's a nice little perch color, and you can. And then there's also something that goes on this that is going to be later on in the video. So that's always good to have a nice little jig in your little tackle box. Nice little purchase bluegill color.
Next, we have a motorboat. That's what I call it. Some people call it other things. But what you do, you just reel it in on the top of the water. These little things spin, create a bunch of bubbles, and the fish just come up and smoke it.
All right, guys. Next up, I said we're going to have something that goes on it. Well, so I'm sure you guys have all heard of Googan. I mean, if you haven't, then that's okay. But Googan is a really nice bait brand. Okay, these are the the most famous Googan bait probably of all time, the Saucy Swimmer. And what this Saucy Swimmer, I think it is it's a 3.8 inch Saucy Swimmer, and it's like a shad color kind of. And so they make actually, I think, tinier ones, don't they? Or is this the tiniest they go? So this jig is actually really tiny. It probably looks big in the camera, but it's pretty tiny. Well, this can go on this, but it's a little like
Tricky.
it's a little tricky because this is a lot bigger, and there's other sizes that are smaller, and you can put that on this. And also, guys, you can Texas rig them.
Or underspin.
Yeah, or underspin them.
Next, we have an underspin, what we were talking about with the Saucy Swimmers. There's a little blade that goes on the bottom, and it rattles around just like a little, you know what I'm talking about, spinnerbait. And these will smoke them. It's like a mini spinnerbait.
All right, guys. Next up, we have the rattle trap. Okay, guys. the rattle traps are really good bait, and so like through the water you can just reel them, or you can give them action. Like, you hear them? That's the noise they make when they're underwater. If you like keep them, like, just keep reeling it in. Or I know you guys might be like, this is a weird way to reel them, but for some reason I go like this with my reel, and it gives it more action. It makes them go like this, which makes it look like fish.
Okay. Last but not least, for me, a jointed chatterbait. This also works like a little chatterbait, but this has more thumping action, as you could see on the box. It's a 1/2 ounce white and chartreuse. It's gonna go like this through the water. And you could work it in tons of different ways. You could kill it, keep reeling it, kill it, keep reeling it, and kill it. But you could also just speed through the water. That also gets the fish's attention.
Alright guys, after this bait we have one more bait which fell on the ground, but right here we have the rattling Ned. I mean guys, let me just tell you something. These are really good. And I don't know if you guys can hear that. Here. If you guys can, tell us if you can. These rattle. They're, as you guys can see, like, in the inside, there's these little pockets of plastic that have these little metal balls, and they just keep rattling, rattling, rattling. And they're not even, guys, they're not even that big, but they're like really, you can Texas rig them, and they're really good, guys. So there. And then we have one more bait. And the last bait is the Zoom trick worm, like, Orlet. These are 20 come in a pack. I think I don't know how long they are, but guys, let me tell you something. If you ever go fishing in our pond and you have these with you, these Zoom, you will catch fish. Let me tell you that. Okay, you can Texas rig these, right? Or drop shot them, or wacky rig them. But let me tell you which rig works the best. Wacky rigging, guys. Wacky rigging works the best in our pond. For some reason, it just works the best. Like, you guys know that sewer that we always fish by? There's like sewer. Well, yeah, you guys have seen like us with these baits. Like, this is literally what I've been using. You just wacky rig it right through the hook, and then you just I let it sink, and I just reel it in, give it a little pop, like not a hard pop, just a tad little bit of action, so it like looks like this through the water, and they smoke them.
You can pull a lot of fish out of our lake using that bait.
Yes, you can.
That's gonna do it for all the baits today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for our other videos. We might not be posting 2 a day like we have been, so please consider subscribing, and we will see you.